Hello, Gemini. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is your weekly read for the week of the 20th to the 26th of April 2020. I hope you're doing well, Gemini. Now, I'm publishing this at the weekend, which means I've got a half price sale. And this weekend, it's my past, present, future reading. So it goes into what's been going on for you the last couple of weeks and why, what's going on for you in the present and why, and what's coming up in the next couple of weeks for you and why. 3 pages long. And I get all of my stuff out within 24 hours if you're ordering them. So if you'd like to book in for one of those, there's a link up there to book in. It means that it's 60 Australian dollars instead of 120 Australian dollars, which is about 35, 40 American dollars right now. So amazing bargains to be had at the weekend. If it's not the weekend, then you can just go to my website, behealing.com, at the weekend to find out whatever reading is in the half price sale at the weekends, because I'm doing it every weekend until I get so busy that I can't do it anymore, and then I'll stop. Okay, so Gemini, what's going on for you this week? What's your story this week, Geminis? We've got joy and I am good enough. Things are looking up. The sun's come out. Things are looking brighter for you, Gemini. Making better decisions for yourself. Feeling like you're good enough to go for what you want. Realizing, maybe you're looking around you, realizing that actually you're better than you thought you were. Looking around at all the crazies and what people are saying and what people are doing, and you're like, I'm sorted. You know, I used to share a house, one of my housemates, and this was years ago in Australia. And when my kids went with me, I used to get housemates in their rooms, and it was so much fun. But I had two particular housemates, and I really love living with them too. And we'd take it in turns. So we'd go, that's when we still had the DVD shops and everything. And so we'd take it in turns to get some movies out. And anyway, so one of my housemates, I can't even remember his name now. It was his turn to get movies out. And he got these 2 movies, and they were both along a similar theme. And they were both like junkie movies, you know, like drama movies about junkies. And he said, after we'd watched them, it's like, I love watching movies like that because it just makes me feel amazing about my life. It's like, if I think, you know, that I'm not, if I think that things aren't going well for me and that I'm not good enough and that, you know, my life is messing up, I just watch one of these junky movies and then I realize I'm sorted, I'm really good. And I loved it. It's always stuck with me, him saying that, because it's like so true. Sometimes you can look at other things and what other people are doing around you and feel good about yourself and just realize that you are good enough and that you are making good decisions for yourself and you're not as bad or wrong or lacking as you think you are, Gemini. And so this is the kind of vibe that you've got going this week, is that you are on the up and up. The sun's coming out. You're headed toward more joy. You're feeling good enough. Your impression of yourself is raised. You're seeing yourself more clearly now in a positive light. The sun has come out in your mind, kind of thing. That's good. Using your mind, Gemini, using your thoughts for you instead of against you. Gotta love that. And Gemini, preparing you, self-love, right? So I'm hearing, Gemini, that maybe you've been getting the message over and over again, maybe through me, to love yourself more, love yourself more. Maybe you've been seeing it everywhere. People have been telling you that, and it hasn't really made sense to you because you're the thinker, Gemini, the thinker. And so when people say love yourself more, you're not as an emotional kind of person. You're more of a thinker. And so you're like, well, how do I do that? How do I do that? And this is your key to it. It's like the sun has come out in your mind. You're looking, you're observing yourself in a better way. Your thoughts about yourself are improved. That's how you do it. That's your particular brand of loving yourself, Gemini. It's having more positive thoughts about yourself. And so you're actually being prepared for something else through this. Self-love is so important, especially Gemini, if you're trying to do something for the world that's bigger, if you've been, you know, wanting to be more successful now, maybe start off a business, be a healer, help other people, that kind of thing. If you've had big dreams to do that and it hasn't really been happening for you, and then you've been getting all of these signs telling you to self-love and you're like, I don't really get it. Well, what I know to be true is, from my own personal experience, is that no matter how much I want to help other people and help a lot of other people, until I learned how to love myself, it never worked, because the universe won't let you get out of balance. If you're already out of balance and you're not loving yourself, it's not going to let you put yourself out there and love a whole lot of people and give away to a lot of people because you haven't got that balance within yourself, because you wear yourself out and it'll actually be detrimental to you. The universe loves you too much to do that. And so it's been trying to prepare you for what you want by getting you to love yourself, and you haven't really got what that actually means. But now you're kind of getting it as you're getting this insight as the sun's coming out in your eyes on yourself. You're having better thoughts about yourself, feeling good enough because of that, headed toward joy. That's what self-love's all about. And so what are you being prepared for this week? Oh, it doesn't say. So you'll know what it is. Whatever you had, of course, you'll all have different things. As I said, for some of you, it'll be healers. For some of you, it'll be starting your own business. For some of you, it'll be getting more success in what you're already doing. Whatever you've been headed towards, you're being prepared for that in self-love. You got who's aware and rest. So, yeah, this week, rest more. Don't push yourself forward. So you have had this guidance to love yourself more. You haven't had the guidance to push yourself harder. You haven't had the guidance to do more work and take more action, have you? No, you've just had the guidance to love yourself more, and so that can be rest, especially if you're more of an action taker. If you try and work your way out of problems. Just apply yourself more, just do more, just work double the hours to try and get yourselves out of something or into something. If that's your pattern, then loving yourself will be resting more. It is for most people. Most of us have been overactive and trying to take action instead of getting aligned first, right? And so, yeah, your self-awareness is being raised up now about this self-love and how to do it. And how to do it is resting more, for sure. So if you're getting those urges at all to take action, to just push forward, to just do even more, don't do it. Trust your higher self and the signs that have been given to you. Because things are changing for you, Gemini. How you've been of service in the world until now, it's changing. So if this is leading you to what it is you want to do, the success that you want, this business that you want, whatever it is you've been prepared for, it's leading you to that, and it's all change, Gemini. So this isn't about you figuring out how or what action steps to take to start that new business, or to step into that healing profession, or to get that job, or to whatever. It's not about you trying to figure out what action to take. It's just about you loving yourself. The universe will put that action right in front of you, but you've got to prepare for it now through loving yourself. And you've been given your way of doing that. For me, Gemini, my way of doing that was to listen to my heart. And so to go into meditation and ask my heart what she wanted, as if there's a little girl called Claire living in my heart, a little, the child version of myself living in my heart. And as soon as I did that, she'd start speaking to me. And she was upset. She made me cry, first of all, because I'd been ignoring her. I'd been neglecting her, and all of that neglect came out. It was like abandonment, neglect and stuff. And then listening to her more, she's like, what do you want? And it was like little treats and things, just little treats like coconut ice cream. When you see the ice cream man, there's an ice cream man that goes around on a Salang, which is like a scooter and a sidecar. And he's got like a ice churn on there, and he makes coconut ice cream out of coconut milk. And it's just delicious. And I always get one. Whenever I see him, I always get one. But little Claire in my heart, she wanted more ice cream. And so it was like, okay, little Claire wants more ice cream. So then I'd go out and then I'd see him more so that she could have what she wanted. It was little things like that. And then what I noticed is once I carried on listening to her, carried on like being in meditation, asking little Claire what she wanted, and giving her whatever it was. First of all, it was like childish things, and then she seemed to grow up once she was heard and once she was nurtured and cared for. After that initial emotion came out, it was very raw for me. I thought it was other people, and I thought it was family and stuff that ignored me and hadn't nurtured me and all of that. And it was quite a shock for me to find that I was doing that same thing to myself, that I was the one neglecting myself. And it just developed from there. It just developed from there for me. I started taking care of myself much more, not putting myself in dangerous situations, not putting myself with people that weren't good for me. That was another thing as well. It's like I'd been around a lot of dangerous people in my childhood. Dangerous, but people that weren't good for me, people that had abused me. And I hadn't been protected by my family from those people. In fact, a lot of those people were in my family. And so that's why that protection didn't happen. But little Claire told me that I'd been doing that to myself too. I'd been allowing myself to be around more alcoholics and addicts and things like that, people that weren't safe for me. I hadn't been protecting myself. I hadn't been being the guard, for myself and putting myself in good places around good people and shielding myself and protecting little Claire from people that weren't good for me. And once I started doing that, she was heard a lot more. And so self-love came to me through that way. Now that could be right for you too. That could work for you too, Gemini. But as I said, you're more likely to be able to do it through your thoughts. And so it could be that you in meditation, you ask yourself, you ask that little Gemini that lives inside of your heart what they want. It's one way to love yourself, Gemini. But you're headed toward the good things, that new business, whatever it is that you're wanting, it's all going to come from this. You're going to find that balance within yourself, Gemini, learn how to love yourself, and then you're going to be able to do bigger things once you're in that balance. Sounds good to me. Does it sound good to you, Gemini? If it does, please click the like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. What did you get out of that? How does it resonate with you? Love hearing from you. I'd love to read for you as well, personally. So if you catch that half-price sale, there'll be a link there to booking for one of those. Have an awesome week, Gemini. I'll see you next time. Bye.